the people that are doing this, they understand that this is their system of getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's there's a lot of hacking happening now. And all this closed system, like the system of the FBI, the NSA, the government, hospital system, all these server systems are centralized and closed, not open and decentralized like this. So when you have a honeypot of information, they can always get in there.
Yeah, the bank.
Like the bank servers is a honeypot. Like the FBI servers is a honeypot. So when you buy Bitcoin,
anybody can touch your money. It's not your money.
Well, don't even think about it as money, as information.
Yeah.
So everybody can go and get a lot of information that is not money is very valuable, right?
Yeah.
Like imagine the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of value in data. So now because of all the advancement in Bitcoin, it's like they can apply this to
a lot of things.
So now we're looking to like have Ethereum run their computers on like an Ethereum based system. They can still communicate but securely and actually do crazy shit that right now they cannot do.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I'm just starting to understand how this is like a universal thing. Like the internet. It's like not just something you could just use. Like most people do. And just go on with their day. Like without noticing that they just interacted on a universal level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is why this goes beyond the planet. Actually, they have done Bitcoin transactions to. So yeah, if you want to look at it that way, but for right now, for us, as using it here down, bring it down to earth, right?
Yeah.
There's really some breakthrough. Like not only if they run into this system now, not only is it going to be more secure, like immensely orders of magnitudes in both directions more secure, but also is going to do opening new capabilities that weren't there.
Yeah.
So like the hospital now runs more secure, but it does like patient sharding a lot more efficiently, a lot more efficiently, and a lot more direct. This is what they already working at.
A perfect example of that will be like for people to understand what he just said. When they invented the engine, look how it just broke off into like a million different uses. You feel me?
Yes, exactly. The application. So yeah, Bitcoin is back-end technology. Exactly. Yeah. That's what you mean. Yes. So it's like it's not the light, it's the electricity, right? So we do different things with electricity. So yes, of course, Bitcoin is that, and everything is the lay down is the foundation is the security. So the first, if you have an incredible secure system, the first application you invent is the money.
Yeah.
So that's why we're running Bitcoin on that. So you bought Bitcoin.
I bought some Bitcoin today. I went crazy. Ask him. Bought some Bitcoin today because I just know what's gonna happen, and people not gonna realize it until it happens. But I guess that's what they need. They need to see something happen in order to believe it.
Well, no one can really say they know it's going to happen. No one really knows what is going to happen. But if you had to do a estimated, you know, a smart guess, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, who's going to build systems that are actually useful and deployable to hundreds of thousands of millions of people?
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to be able to do that? Well, the people that already did that, you know, the people that already invented the internet. This is the people that are inventing this new internet, you know, because right now the Bitcoin internet is pretty cool and is about to get crazy. So the same Bitcoin, this is what's cool. The same Bitcoin that you bought today, in a few months, when segregated witness comes, is the same. You already paid for that.
Yeah.
So imagine, okay, the advancements that are coming to Bitcoin in the next 12 months, maybe a little bit more, are going to be so crazy because all of the development in different aspects of all the different science that make up the Bitcoin salsa science. You know, so we having like electric curves, CK snarks, zero knowledge proofs.
And those are all just upgrades in a way, right?
Yes, so it's like more private, quicker, you know.
Upgrades to the system.
Yes. So all of this upgrade, it's like this. It's like you buy your iPhone, and it keeps getting better and better and better, but you don't have to keep buying it.
Yeah.
Just it keeps getting better and better without having to buy it all over again. So, in a sense, in the economic aspect of it, you know, of course, it can as well blow up one day. You know, it can go sour really quick too. You know.
It can.
But very, very, very unlikely, because you know why? It's not because it's so genius. It's because what it's replacing is so much worse. You know, replacing so we're talking about Galactic Money, right? Replacing the old fiat system.
Yeah.
Even if Bitcoin fails and keep failing, like
I'm holding.
yeah, like you know, it keeps failing amazingly, right? You know, so it was like I read somewhere, and some of the news said a few days ago, oh, Bitcoin is tumbling down to 2,500, 2,400. But it already went up like, so forget about the money right now. Like, I say forget about it in a sense, because you're still buying it so cheap. You know, you're still buying it so cheap at this stage of an age. Less than 1%. You know, so.
Know about it.
Yes.
It makes you feel good, but it makes you feel worried about a lot of people.
Well, yeah, there's definitely some economical calamity that's coming for
sure.
You know, it's still like well, you know, like in our country is a very rich country, actually.
Yeah.
In a lot of different senses, but still, like 80% of the people are gonna go through some crazy shit, and it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. But at the end, this is like this is why this is like a gift, right?
Yeah.
Because now anybody can start grabbing this. You bought Bitcoin because you wanted to, and people anywhere now can start doing this. Biggest issue is now that you know, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
Either you can see it or you will see it later. You know, but it's more from the inside right now. You know, that there are some some issues that they got to take care of it. And now, people always saying, "Oh, this is not going to happen," because you see they cannot get it. They cannot get it done. They cannot upgrade. They cannot do this. They cannot. And Bitcoin keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. It's just keep getting crazier, stealthier, faster. More hashing power.
Yeah.
More money, like in about only if you go back to only about 2 years ago, the whole space was like less than $10 billion. I think at some point 2 years ago, and now it's over $100 billion. Actually, nothing in life almost like only like nature has been permeating actually faster than this. If you think about it, because if you're in the conventional economic systems, like the stock market, so that's human earthly money. If you're not on this galactic money, right, you're probably holding Tesla, right, and thinking like 75% is doing great, and you are a genius, Well, at least that's how CNN is trying to sell it, because they have to sell it. There's advertising everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll try to see it like it is,
Yep.
And in the next couple years, there was a big exchange that did a challenge almost like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Kraken challenge, that big exchange. They were challenging like university students and young entrepreneurs, bankers. Okay, if you have $1 million, if you had to invest it, Bitcoin or Ethereum, or a proportion of that, and then lock it for 5 years and don't touch it, what would you do and why? How would you position that $1 million?
Oh, okay. I have $1 million to spend.
The only requirement,
$1 million
is that you put it in and you don't touch it for 5 years.
Okay, so I have $1 million to put in, right?
Yes.
To put in between whatever I want out of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yes.
I'll probably go 60-40 Bitcoin.
60-40 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Bitcoin controls the market.
Okay.
Bitcoin, any reaction Bitcoin takes is gonna negatively or positively affect the market. And when it negatively does, usually Ethereum goes up. So when that isn't the case, that means that when Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes down, and Bitcoin goes up
so that's
drastically.
Like a seesaw.
Yeah, Bitcoin goes up at a stronger with a stronger force, because it's like the.
But what about now? Like this,
it's the foundation.
So what about now? Like this last couple of days, that have both been bleeding a lot.
Both been bleeding a lot. That's because both of them are very early. So both of them are.
So that's why they want you to think in a 5-year frame, because if you start paying attention to just the every day, you're gonna go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So the exercise is $1 million.
Yeah.
Bitcoin or Ethereum. 5 years.
Yeah.
What will you do?
5 years. 60-40.
60-40. You stay with that.
600,000 in Bitcoin, 400,000 in Ethereum, and we're going, baby. We're going to the top.
Woo! Yeah.
And then I'll
guarantee fly. That's what you're telling me.
And then from Ethereum, and then I'll use like a 5% from Bitcoin and a 10% from Bitcoin and a 5% from Ethereum and altcoins.
No, that's not the exercise, bro. Stop getting.
No, I'm saying with the Bitcoin money though. With the Bitcoin money.
No. Okay, they did this for a specific
Yeah.
reason.
Oh, so I can't expand it. It has to be okay. 60-40, 60-40.
60-40.
60-40.
You know, that's like a little bitch safe bet.
60-40.
Yeah,
Why?
because I think that's what most people would do.
For real?
Yeah. Is that gonna guarantee you a win? Like, it depends. What is a win to you, right?
Or maybe. All right. I think I'll change it. I think I'll change it. 70-30. 70-30. That's
70 Bitcoin.
70. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I chose 60-40 too. The first time I did it.
Yeah.
Because I think you tend to be safe first.
Yeah.
But since then, I thought about it, like, because it's the value proposition of it, right? Like,
yeah.
You know that Bitcoin is something incredible, and then Ethereum as well,
Yeah.
But who's really gonna get to do it? That is a real question. I think the space for both, especially for the next 5 or 10 years, for sure. The space for there's plenty of space for both of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.